Hi, I'm Colleen Bechtel from Keller Legacy One Realty, here to talk to you a little bit today about how do I buy and sell at the same time. And want to let you know that here in Arizona, we actually have a form for that. It is the Buyer Contingency Addendum. And so many people ask us about how this process works because it can be very stressful. Most people can't afford 2 mortgage payments. They can't afford to buy and then sell. So oftentimes we're doing it at the same time. And as a matter of fact, we've closed three different buyers and sellers transactions this week alone. So we have experienced agents that can walk you through the process. Today, I really want to focus though on this buyer contingency addendum and what that means for you, both as a buyer and as a seller. If you're selling a home and you receive an offer that's contingent on the buyer's sale, you'll need to know this, as well as if you're a buyer making an offer contingent on the sale of your current home, what does that mean to you? So on the buyer contingency addendum, there are actually 2 options. There's section number 1, which is option number 1. And when you use the terms of that section, it is the preferred when you're making an offer. Most sellers want to see your home already has an offer on it. So home A is the house that you're selling, and you're making an offer on home B. So the sellers on B want to know you've already got A under contract and there's an actual close of escrow date. When you have that, you're going to put that in the contract. And then if anything happens with that contract for your home A, if it falls out for any reason, then you're going to give notice to the seller, and then you will either renegotiate the contract and they'll give you more time to get it back under contract, or you'll have 3 days to cancel and get your earnest money back. So nobody's out, nobody's damaged by it. It's just unfortunate, and you're probably gonna have to start your home search again when you get another offer on your house. The second contingency on the buyer contingency addendum form is when you have your house on the market and you don't have it under contract yet. There's a little bit more to it. It gets a little bit more tricky in that situation. And in those situations, you're going to say to the seller, Mr. Seller, I have my house on the market. I want you to take my offer contingent on me getting my house under contract by, and pick a date, typically it's 30 to 60 days to get your house under contract. And then I'm going to close escrow by, and then pick a date, usually 30 to 45 days from the contract date. So when that happens, you have, on the form, you have a couple of outs. So what happens if you don't get it under contract in the time that you said you were gonna get it under contract? If it's not under contract, then it will cancel and you'll get your earnest money back. If you get it under contract and again, something happens, then you will, again, cancel, get your earnest money back. At any time things change and you can renegotiate these timelines. The way that it's written now, you miss a deadline or you miss a timeline, typically for the sale, typically you're going to cancel, get your earnest money back. Then there is another little piece when in that section 2, if you're making an offer without a contract yet, the seller of home B, the seller has the right to accept backup offers. If they accept a backup offer, then they will give you basically a 3-day first right of refusal. They'll give you notice and you'll have 3 days to either lift your contingency, meaning if you can buy without selling within that 3-day period and lift that contingency, then you can move forward and buy that house B. If you're not able to lift the contingency in that 3-day period, then they have the right to cancel, give you back your earnest money, and move forward with that backup offer. It's a lot of moving parts. That's why it's important to use a professional to help you walk you through this process. If you have more questions about this buyer contingency addendum, we'd love for you to call ask away. We'll go through this form line by line if you like, and reassure you that we can help you through the process. If you found this information helpful, I hope you'll like this video, comment on it, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.